All right, what's going on, gang? Good evening. The Yankees have made their first moves in free agency. Okay, 6 moves actually. 6. Let's get into this. Joel Sherman has reported this. It's on MLBTradeRumors.com too. The Yankees have placed 6 players on outright waivers. Okay, there's a difference too. There's a couple of caveats I want to go over too. They've placed Domingo Germán, Ryan Weber, Jimmy Cordero, Matt Bowman, Franchi Cordero, and Billy McKinney all on outright waivers. Now, these guys we've talked about. Okay, we didn't really expect these guys to be back. We've also emphasized that these are all non-tender candidates. Now, the difference: these guys are all arbitration. If they non-tendered them, then they would not be required to pay their salaries for next year. They would be gone. Putting on an outright waivers means they have to be claimed by another team in order for that team to assume their salary. And there's a chance to elect free agency. Some of them might, but again, if no team assumes their salary or claims them, they'll come back to the Yankees, and the Yankees will have to be, required to pay their salary. And again, there's a time period for this. I don't remember what the time period is, but again, the non-tender deadline was in like 2 weeks. So I'm really curious to see, to know why the Yankees didn't wait to just non-tender them. Because they've cleared 6 men off the 40-man roster like that. 6 names. So this already shows that the Yankees are planning on making moves and adding guys to the roster, whether it's to be a couple guys that are not on the 40-man to be on the 40-man to protect them from Rule 5, or whether it's trades or signings they're going to be making in free agency. But it shows that the Yankees are also trying to clear spots and upgrade the depth. So that's a good thing. But again, I'm curious to know why they decided to put them on outright waivers and not non-tender them. Because again, a team has to claim them on outright waivers in order for them to be eligible. And I'll read this right here. Okay. When a player is placed on outright waivers, the other 29 major league teams have the opportunity to claim him. The claiming club assumes responsibility for the remaining salary owed to the claimed players, who is placed on the new club's 40-man roster. Okay. Now, again, remember, they put Estevan Florial on waivers. Nobody claimed him. He had to come back to the Yankees. They had to pay a salary. Yeah, they used him a little bit and so on and so forth. But I'm curious to know why they didn't non-tender these guys. And there's still a bunch of other non-tender candidates, which I expect that to happen. But I want to understand the logic. Maybe if you guys understand this logic a little bit more than I do, you could share it with me. But this is the type of stuff that's going to be happening. There's some news that we expect, some news that we don't expect. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel, okay? Because I'm going to be talking about it all the time, whether it's Yankees or not Yankees, okay? This is interesting news. It came out today. It's actually refreshing to see the Yankees do something today. I'm just trying to understand the logic behind it. You know, the non-tendering of the arbitration-type players would have meant they weren't eligible to assume their salary. If they don't get claimed on waivers, do they come back to the Yankees and the Yankees have to claim responsibility for the salary? You know, so that's the little disconnect for me here. Maybe you folks know. Let me know in the comments, okay? And by the way, if you do subscribe, I thank you for it very much. It means the world. Trying to get to 20,000 subs by the end of the year. Your support is always greatly appreciated, and you're welcome, always welcome to the 161 family. So I thank you so much for it. But this type of stuff, you know, I was driving home, and this popped up. So, and I have a couple of 161 Mafia members that were messaging me back and forth, and we're talking about this a little bit. And I'm curious to know, you know, because there's a difference between non-tendering them and placing them on outright waivers. And I want to know why the Yankees play. And I'm going to continue to look at this and look into this and so on. So, and if I find out any specific intel as to why there's any reasoning on their part, I'll get that to you immediately. So, and if you want to be one of the first persons to get this information, just hit the notification when you hit the subscribe button. That guarantees that. So I thank you really so much. But 6 guys off the 40-man just like that. Expect more of them to happen. You still got Lou Trevino. You got a bunch of other guys. And Domingo Germán's the one I'm most curious about because they owed him 4.1, I think, or 4.2 million for 2024. So instead of non-tendering him, maybe they want it again now. Because again, if a team claims them, they assume the salary. And if they elect free agency, then the team can get them on the cheaper. So they're up in limbo in terms of the pay that they are eligible to receive. So there's a lot of different figures here that are still out in the kind of in limbo right now that we're not sure about. But that's it. 6 guys, outright waivers, Yankees starting to make moves. I'll keep you posted on everything. Talk to you later.